the most qualified person in the room does not always win the deal. The person who looks the part does win the deal. That is a hard truth most high-achieving men ignore, and it is quietly costing them premium clients, high-level partnerships, and the rooms that they have worked incredibly hard to reach. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly the strategy I use with a high-achieving man to make sure their image is working for them before they say a single word. If you're already thinking about looking the part, I want to help you do that properly. Book a clarity session. The link is in the description. So let's start with something that most people never stop to thinking about. Before anyone hears what you say, before they read your bio, before you shake their hand, they have already formed the opinion about you. We judge a book by its cover, and we do the same thing to each other. Your image is speaking before you ever get the chance to. Research consistently shows that people form a first impression in under 7 seconds. And that impression is almost entirely based on what they see. For high achieving men, this matters most than most realize. You are not just representing yourself in those moments. You are signaling your level all the time, 24/7. Thinking about the last time that you walked in a room and immediately felt confident. Chances are you dress the way that matches where you want to be. That alignment changes how you carry yourself, and the people feel it without being able to explain why. So here's how I want you to start thinking about your image. Your appearance is your silent pitch deck. Every single choice you make, from the fit of your jacket to your grooming to the watch on your wrist, is sending a message. The only question is whether that message is working for you or working against you. That is the foundation of the outside method, and it starts with understanding what your current image is actually communicating right now. The outside in method is built on one core idea. That when you change how you present yourself to the world, your confidence, your decisions, and the opportunities you attract all shift with your image. Most men approach image the wrong way around. They think, well, when I made it, I will dress better. The outside method flipped that entirely. You dress for the where you are going, and the confidence that follows. Then you do not need to wait for it. You actually create the moment for that. So this is not just the mindset concept. Studies in behavior psychology consistently show that what person wears directly influences their own cognitive performance and how others perceive their authority and competence. It is what the most successful men in any room have figured out. They know the looking the part is a strategy. Let me paint you the picture. Consider that high-achieving man preparing for a pitch. He knows his material inside out completely. He has done the work. He has the result. And his offer is strong. But he show up in an outfit that reads like, well, I'm only here to talk to you, but that I'm not really prepared for myself. The client subconsciously register the gap between the level of the offer, the really strong offer, but the level of the person presenting it. You, the founder, the deal stalls because the image did not match the ask. Simply that's it. So ask yourself honestly right now, if the premium client saw your photo with zero context, no introduction, no referral, what level would they assume that you are at? That answer tells you exactly where your image needs to close the gap. Drop a comment below and tell me on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is 0, 10 is perfect. So how well does your current image, match the level of a client or opportunity you are actually trying to attract? Be honest. That number is your starting point. If you are ready to close the gap between where your image is and the where it needs to be, I want to help you do that properly. Book a clarity session. The link is in the description. Once you understand the outside-in principle, the next step is applying it with a clear, repeatable process. That is where the AAA, the triple A framework comes in. AAA stands for Audit, Address, and Achieve. And it is a three-step process I use to help a high-achieving man build an image that works strategically. Step number 1 is audit. This is where you take the honest look at your current level the image is actually communicating. Thinking about what you wear to your client meetings, to network events, or to the room that where opportunity actually made. Ask yourself whether it reflects the premium level that you are at. The most men skip this step entirely, and that is where exactly why nothing changed. They upgrade their skills, they refine their offer, they work on their pitch over and over, but the image stay stuck, is same. And so the result. The audit is about getting clear on the gap between the where your image right now and where needs to be to attract the opportunity you want. The clarity is the first move. Step number 2 is address. Once you know the gap, then you close it with intention. This means you're looking at your fit, the color palette, and grooming, and how your overall presentation read in the specific context where you need to perform. Whether this is for a boardroom or a high-end networking event or a client dinner. Research in social perception consistently found that people associate with well-fitted, well-coordinating clothing with a higher status, greater confidence, and strong leadership, even before a single word is spoken. There is the pattern I see repeatedly with a high-achieving men. They are credible. They are highly skilled, but their image is stuck at the previous version of themselves. They look like the person they were like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or never changed since college. Not the person they are today. Once they close the gap deliberately, once they start dressing for who they have become, the quality of the room they get invited into start to change almost immediately. Step number 3 is achieve. This is where your image becomes a tool that works consistently. You are no longer standing in the front of your closet wondering what to wear to the important meetings. You have a clear visual identity that signals your level and attract the right people without effort. The goal of AAA framework is to build an image that works as a permanent asset, the one that opens the door before you even speak. Now let's talk about what this actually look like in practice. Strategic image positioning means that making deliberate choices about how you present yourself so that right people immediately recognize you as someone that worth their time and investment. Premium clients and high-level partners are not just investing in your expertise. They are investing in confidence in you. And your image is one of the fastest way to build or break that confidence before the conversation even starts. Research across the business context consistently show that the perceived credibility is heavily influenced by visual presentation, your image. And that credibility directly affect that whether the prospect move forward or disappear. This is the mechanism behind the why some men close the room and then others get stuck in them. Thinking about the differences of two different men walking into the same networking event, same background, similar offer, same level of expertise. One had a polished, intentional image that read premium. The other one looked like he dressed for his college classroom. Who gets the following meetings? The answer is almost always the same. The frustrating part is that maybe the second man might actually be more qualified of those two men. But the qualification alone does not close the gap. Image does. Identify the three more important contexts where you need to attract the premium opportunity right now. Is that in-person client meetings? Or is it your online presence, your website, your LinkedIn photo, or the way you show up in a video? Or is it the live event or networking? Then audit your image specifically for those contexts using AAA framework. Be specific. And which context matters most to you right now? In-person meeting, your online presence, or networking events? Let me know in the comment because I want to make sure that I'm covering what is actually most useful for you. Here's the mindset shift that I want to leave. I want to leave you with before we get into your next move. Your image is strategic asset. It's not a vanity. For high achieving men operating the premium level, it is the absolute most valuable strategy. It is the business development tool. The men who understand this, they stop chasing opportunities, start attracting them. There is the massive difference between those two experiences. So here's your next move. You can start this one today. You do not need a complete wardrobe overhaul. You need clarity on where the gap is. Take 3 photos. One of your most recent professional photo, one of what you typically wear to the client meeting, and one of your everyday default outfit. Lay them side by side and ask honestly whether each one communicates the level you are at now. The audit alone will show you more than most men ever stop to notice. And once you see the gap, you cannot unsee it, which means you are already ahead of most people in the room. You're ahead of like 99% of the men. So from there, move into the address step. Pick a one context that matters the most right now and make a one deliberate improvement this week. Better fit, better grooming, more intentional color palette. One change done with intention start to shift. Behavior research consistently shows that small, visible change in presentation can meaningfully shift how others perceive your authority and how you perceive your own confidence in high-stake situations. This is not about becoming someone that you are not. It is about making sure the outside finally match the level you already built on the inside. You need to show the outside first because we believe what we see. The confidence starts in the mirror. That alignment is that attract a better room, better client, and better outcomes. If you're ready to close the gap between the where your image is now and the where it needs to be, I want to help you do that properly. Book a clarity session. The link is in the description. I will show you exactly how to apply the outside-in method and AAA framework to your specific situation So your image starts working as a strategy asset from this point forward. The men who attract the premium opportunities are not always the most qualified in the room. They are the ones who make sure their image communicates that they belong there. That is a decision that you can make start today. I will see you in the next video.